Hey everyone, so it's Quentin and Carissa, Queerissa, whatever you want to call us. Obviously, I can't upload the entire video to this platform, so go to the comments. You'll see where you can find the full length video. They'll be on two of my other socials, or go to my profile and you can see the links there and give them a click and go from there. Without further ado, let's get into this. Hi, welcome to 26 Questions featuring Carissa and Quentin, or whatever the fuck that means, or otherwise known as like Queerissa. Anyway, questions here. She's gonna read them. I'm dyslexic, and I can't even finish Cat in a Hat, so you're gonna get what you're gonna get.
All right. Can your couple name be Queerissa?
It's established.
we're Queerissa now?
Queerissa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
All right. Okay, what's your favorite tattoo Quentin has?
This is directed towards Carissa, by the way.
I don't know. I like all your tattoos. I like all of them.
There you go. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Okay, another question for me. Have you introduced him to your family? What were their thoughts on the tattoos? Yes, I've introduced him to the family.
Most of
them, yeah. They all love his tattoos. They understand that I love tattoos, so it was no surprise. Grandma loves your tattoos. She called them nice pictures.
Yeah, that one took me by surprise the most. I was expecting like a little uncertainty or like maybe not so warm, but like Grandma was just like, I love your tattoos! Pretty much like that. Like she was super excited.
He's so handsome. Grandma loves you.
So handsome.
Me, my favorite Pokemon.
For the record, she's not as big into Pokemon and dorky shit as I am. Like, not at all.
No.
She doesn't even know what a Pokemon is.
I don't know. Don't know. You. How did you guys meet?
So we actually met on TikTok, oddly enough. She was going through some shit back in November, I think, is when we started talking. November, October, somewhere in that ballpark. Fast forward, I was coming out of a relationship in the new year, and we just hung out. It was very platonic. She was helping me pretty much get my stuff in line for school, and we would take our dogs for walks, and it was just very platonic. And it was a little while after my birthday where I'm like, I'm taking you to the bedroom. So that's kind of how it, well, like not the bedroom part, but we met on TikTok. We were just talking. We exchanged phone numbers and talked for months and months and months. And after my breakup, she was very aware of it, and she never once made an advancement or any sort of like, hey. It was just purely supportive and as platonic, like I can't even stress that word enough, platonic, that it could have been. And it was actually on my end where the advancement came. But I had to wait until I made sure that I was in a good state of mind, because it's not just like me and Carissa, it's me, Carissa, and her daughter. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't like I'm not over my ex, but you and me can hit it and quit it, because that would not have been fair by any means. So, but we definitely do hit it and quit it.
Well, we don't quit it.
No, but we definitely hit it. We have all the hit in it.
All right, moving on. I have family that watch your videos.
Hey, Dad.
Both of us. What is our favorite adventure together so far?
I like going to the grocery store with you.
Grocery store?
Yeah.
That's your favorite adventure so far?
Yeah, I like food.
I don't think mine's happened yet.
No, like we've gone to like maybe 2 concerts technically between what we've done, but like we haven't really gone on like holidays or no nothing together. So that's to be determined.
I think my favorite one that I'm looking forward to is us renovating the camper.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm gonna scream and curse, and I'm gonna learn new curse words as we go. I'm gonna make new curse words.
We are going to see how strong we really are, I'm sure. Q, what happened to your ear piercing?
So I had vertical industrials going from the top of my lobe ear thing here, and it punctured through down here. I took them out for a number of reasons. One, like they were healing fine. There was no issue with that. But like my biggest thing is I've had 5 inner ear canal surgeries, and I have to have a earplug in my left ear when I go swimming. And because of the piercing, it greatly interfered with me getting a good seal with that. So that was my biggest issue. As well as they got snagged on a lot of shit. And were like, because they got snagged, it had complications with the healing. But like healing overall was easy. Sleeping with them easy. Like I didn't have an issue with it by any means. It was, for me, hard to justify having piercings in my ear that could affect me doing things I enjoy doing, like swimming, making out with her, or whatever it may be. Next question.
Q, do you find it weird if people say hi to you in public?
No. I have no issue with people coming up and saying hi, right? In the time we've been together, we've gone to 2 concerts, and the amount, being completely just honest right now, I absolutely love and respect the amount of guys that have come up to me and shared their story. It is absolutely an emotional roller coaster in all the best possible ways. I will say this though, the amount of women who have come up and completely disregarded her or shown disrespect, whether it's intentional or unintentional, and I'm going to say it's intentional at this point, is becoming a bit of a piss off. Especially when I say this is my girlfriend, and it's like you stare through her and then back to me and you act starstruck. I find that incredibly insulting to the experience. Like, I have no problem with people coming up and telling me that they love my content, or like I have helped them in some way. Like, you have no idea how much that means to me and how much that pulls on my heartstrings. But I also don't take kindly to seeing people being blatantly disrespectful, especially in front of me, towards my girlfriend at any given moment. Like, I do not appreciate that in the slightest. But overall, like, the amount of times she has been stopped or seen people like come up to me and be incredibly respectful and understanding or just appreciative, like I don't have words for it. I really don't. And like I love it, and I'm going to continue doing the content that I do because of that. But I really do hope that people, like, especially, like, it's not like I'm saying like all women are bad, but when we do it in comparison, like, there's a very large volume of women who will come up and not show any respect towards my girlfriend. And I'm not the only one who's noticed it. Like, when we've been at like concerts, some of our friends that are with us have noticed it, and it's getting a little unbearable. I'll say that in the nicest way possible. And that's putting it really loosely.
All right, for both of us. What are 3 qualities that attracted you to each other?
Your eyes, nose, and butt.
Okay. We're gonna do physical for this one.
Oh.
Okay. That's okay. I think there's a personality one after. So. Your tattoos, of course.
Convict.
Your smile. That one right there. It's my favorite one right there. Yeah. And if we're keeping it just physical, your back and your arms.
Okay.
Yeah. Favorite thing about Quentin for me.
Brightness.
I would say how compassionate you are. You're a very kind and compassionate person, and that's my absolute favorite thing about you.
Nice.
Both of us. How many tattoos? I have 4.
No idea.
Both of us. How long have you been together?
We started dating July 9th.
No, we did not.
And that's Facebook official. Argue in the comments. Tell me I'm right. If I put it on Facebook July 9th, that's when it started.
No. We started dating June 19th.
July 9th it is.
June 19th.
Next question.
June 19th, next question.
July 9th.
Favorite thing about each other, and then the biggest pet peeve.
Favorite thing about each other. How understanding and supportive she is, I would say, is like my biggest thing. I absolutely love that about her. My pet peeve. She thinks it's funny to fart in the bed. Yeah.
Why? I have never. Okay, we actually. Seriously?
Her unhealthy obsession with coffee. Actually, I don't really have a pet peeve. I really don't. I can't even think of anything negative to say. And like that's being like, well, like you're trying to be like a nice guy. Like, nah, motherfucker. Like straight up, I don't have a pet peeve. If anything, like
you would say it if you did.
Yeah, like if anything, she's probably got more pet peeves than me because like I snore in my sleep. I speak German somehow in my sleep. I scream and yell in my sleep. I throw punches and kicks. I'll pin her down and fart on her because I think it's absolutely hysterical. I make her watch anime. I make her watch Lord of the Rings. Like shit she doesn't normally do. I make her do it, and she's super supportive and understanding. And just like I guess loves me or something because she does it.
Yeah. Favorite thing about you, other than how compassionate you are, is there's so many. I love everything about him.
I'm a lovable guy.
You are. Oh. That's Cash.
He's very vocal.
I think his love for animals actually is another thing that I really love about him. He loves my babies.
I love dogs. I love all animals.
Biggest pet peeve? Huh.
That's a long list.
No, I don't actually have any pet peeves. Yet. I'm sure they'll come. Me. Does he blame the dogs for his farts? Honestly? No. He owns that shit.
It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
They stink.
They do.
She almost pukes every time. It's
I
great.
gag every time.
It's funny.
Every time.
Only thing she gags on.
Moving on. Tallest scaffold you've built?
So it depends if we're talking about a hanger or suspended scaffold, if you will. I have been about 400 feet in the air. The tallest tower I've built is around a little over 100 feet.
For both of us, what are our long-term and short-term goals? Like for each other? Like with each other?
I don't know.
Or separately?
Relationship-wise? I want to get out of the city, and I think she does too. So we'd like to have a small piece of land somewhere with a 10-foot fucking fence. Mm-hmm. There's no peeping toms. I think I can speak for her. I love animals, and I want like mini cows. I want a whole fucking little Quentin Happy Farm or Queerissa Happy Farm. I want a lot of animals. I want chickens. Goats are dicks. I don't really want goats. I want a donkey. I'm gonna name it Matthew.
Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, but like, and I want a lot of dogs and cats and stuff. Like, I want a lot of animals on my little happy farm or our happy farm. A big garden, greenhouse, right? To be relatively self-sufficient, is what I think we both like to have on our piece of property when the time comes. So I think that is something, and like I've told her like a handful of times, and it's just a matter of being patient and it happening. But in a perfect world, if my social media ever took off, where I could be a full-time content creator or influencer, whatever you want to call it, where Facebook and YouTube are, making me money, it'd be nice to be able to, for both of us, to kind of just be more around home, spend time with the animals, the kid, and essentially like live the life that would be best for us or the most suited for us. So I'm hoping, whether it's short term or long term, that my social media will help take off in the right direction. And that's especially like with Facebook and YouTube specifically. I want to steer that more towards men's mental health and working with other male content creators and for us to share our stories and all that. And she's been nothing but supportive of it, and she likes the idea. So like that's kind of like more on my end, I guess, of what I think I'd like to see.
You're responsible for the chickens.
Yeah, apparently she doesn't like chickens, so
And I'm not allowed to use them as food.
no, all my animals are not food.
I'm a hunter. Both of us, favorite place for date night?
The bedroom.
Okay.
So in regards to date night, we don't really have like a favorite. Like for example, I love Brew House brunch. Like the Canadian Brew House, I like going there Sundays or Sundays or Saturday for their brunch. That's probably like my favorite thing. But overall, because of like my dietary restrictions and being celiac, it definitely limits us on what we order for like takeout, skip the dishes, or where we want to go and eat. Even when we go to like concerts and they have food truck menus or whatever it may be, like I have to be really careful on what I eat. So even if it's just us staying inside and like using a crock pot or something and making homemade dinners, like I kind of prefer that. But like we've gone to the movie a handful of times. It's getting to the point where I'm just like, movies kind of suck ass, especially because like every movie seems to be a 3-hour ordeal, and I hate holding my pee in for that long.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
And then it's getting harder to justify going out on for like dinner dates when it costs like $50 or $60, let's say, for a nice dinner, and I'm leaving hungry as shit in like 20 minutes after eating that.
You just eat my meal.
Yeah, like she eats such little portions. She makes her food gluten free for me, and I eat that, but I'm still starving after. But honestly, like any time can be a good time. It doesn't really matter where it is, as long as like we're having fun and we're doing something together. I'm pretty content with that.
Me too. I'd rather stay at home and cook a meal.
Yeah, and maybe watch a movie. And by a movie, I mean anime.
Yeah. I know. Saturdays. Both of us. What are your top 3 personality traits you like about each other? Personality. So not my butt.
Your boobs?
No, that's not personality. Mine with him are, like I said before, how compassionate he is. He makes me laugh. He's funny. And
Probably the funniest guy in this house.
how loving and accepting he is.
I like that she thinks I'm funny. Your eyes.
Top 3 personality traits.
I like your eyes.
That's not personality, that's physical.
That's stupid. I don't know. Like I think just with how gentle and kind-hearted you are, I really love that. You're very understanding. You said I'm compassionate, but like you're very compassionate. And how like not it's like not you're carefree, but you're very like in the moment and you don't let stuff stick to you. Like if something maybe didn't go right that day, you don't let it like ruin the day. It's just like, oh, it didn't work out, whatever. And it's like I really like that because it doesn't dampen the day. And if there's like something I may have said or done in some way that has, I guess, bothered you or potentially upset you, like how easy it is to communicate with you. And it's not like going to bed upset or finding out days, hours, or weeks later that this bothered you. You're pretty quick to collect your thoughts and be like, hey, I didn't really appreciate this, or like, what did you mean by this? And it's never been like a fight. So
Quick conversation, then it's done.
yeah, title of our sex tape.
Hey, Dad. How many years have you been going to the gym?
I don't know. I started working out when I was 16, right? And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm not natural. I was really insecure when I was younger, and I started taking steroids around that time. I've taken them on and off since I was 16, so let's say almost 14 years. I don't take a lot, obviously. Like, I'm not walking around like a blown up beach whaled fucking muscle dummy. I just take really little amounts, and that's the God's honest truth. So I've been working out on and off. So there'd be, like the last, say, 4 years have been pretty consecutive, or let's say 3. I've really stepped it up with my dieting, my training, and taking that all seriously. But on and off since I was 16.
How does it feel being the luckiest girl in the world? That's pretty good.
Do you have a pot of gold or something?
No.
Oh.
I have you.
Oh.
And I love you. Who's better, Quentin or Carissa?
She's better. Next question.
Depends what we're talking about.
She's better.
Okay, me. Most annoying thing Q does. Farting. All the time. And then when he sits on me and decides to pin me down and fart on me for about 45 minutes. And he thinks it's hilarious. And borderline shitting himself.
Oh, I'll push. I push hard.
He does.
It's so funny.
He does. That was, yeah. Gross. Both of us. What's one thing you can never leave the house without? Coffee. Coffee. If I don't leave the house with it, I'm going and getting one.
My glasses. I need to see.
I should be wearing mine, but I don't.
Or nicotine.
Yeah. Does he steal your clothes already? Actually steal them? No. For video and to make people laugh? Yes. That green skirt? Mine.
Ours.
Does she hate your dancing too? No, I love his dancing.
Is that an actual question?
Yes. I love your dancing. I think it's great. I love it. I don't
Whoever
like
hates the dancing, I like you.
I don't like when people try to make you do it on cue and people come up to you and be like, do the dance. No.
Yeah, we've actually had that happen a few times in public.
Yeah.
Like, just to reiterate, I'm not a social media dancer. If I'm dancing, it's because I'm having a good time, and like I won't do it on social media. I won't do it behind a camera, because it feels really forced. And I'll say this, for people who are forced to do the same content over and over and over again, it's not fun. It's really repetitive or monotonous, whatever you want to say. Like, it is just so overdone. And I didn't start social media to sit there and like, no, it's not. Right? Like, that's not what I started social media for, and it's why I don't want to do stuff like that. If I'm being completely honest, like, I started social media talking about my struggles with addiction, whether it's alcohol, drugs, trauma, like the experiences of what it was like having an abusive alcoholic stepfather in my life, and how that impacted me not having an active or healthy relationship with my dad, or just the general emptiness of not having a father figure in my life, and how that negatively impacted me. Talking about being sexually assaulted at a very young age, so how being molested or raped has impacted me, and how that, I guess in some ways, not necessarily made me make poor choices, but just how it impacted me emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? Like, the content that I started doing social media for is the reason why I do social media and why I want to do social media, as well as like my ADHD brain will just do whatever the hell I want. And if there's content that I did, like that little viral dance, like that happened last year, and watching people get bullied for it and attacked, especially by my own followers, I'm not cool with that, and I'm not going to continue supporting something like that, like at all. So I won't do that kind of stuff at all, especially for views, likes, or some sort of engagement. I would rather have minimal engagement and lesser of a following, but a more loyal and understanding or appreciative set of followers than just to jump on a bandwagon and simply grow for the sake of being like, I have this following, because I give two shits about that, honestly, and it's not to be disrespectful towards anyone. I just don't see the point in growing when it's not true to me and it's not organic. And like I said, just to simply have a following to say I have a following but to know that there is a large number of assholes, and that's putting it nicely, that will attack people who genuinely support me and genuinely like my content and that have been supporting me from the get-go. I'm not cool with that, and I never will be okay with that.
Would Daniel approve, and what would he tell you that he likes about her?
So Daniel is one of my closest friends. He passed away in 2016 from a fentanyl overdose. My entire right sleeve is dedicated to him, my skull sleeve. It's why it's really important to me. I know Dan would approve of Carissa and my relationship in a heartbeat. And the exact things that I listed off, like her nose, her eyes, and her butt, I know he would approve. He would like that too. Joking aside though, I know Dan would be really happy for me, and he would be he would just be incredibly happy and proud of me that I have someone so supportive and understanding of me.